I'm Molly Bloom. Do you know about me?
I read your indictment after I got your call last night, and I bought your book.
Do you understand that you are charged with operating an illegal gambling business?
Are you taking me on as a client?
I don't think I can convince my partners to take a flyer on the Poker Princess.
If you think a princess can do what I did, you're incorrect. I'm getting that you don't think much of me, but what if every single one of your ill-informed, unsophisticated opinions about me were wrong?
I'd be amazed.
And it took me about a minute and a half after meeting Molly to realize that I was dead wrong, that this was a remarkably impressive woman, and that there was a huge difference between the story that she was telling in the book and the real story. And over the course of about 6 months, we got comfortable with each other. We became friendly, and I learned the real story. What I ended up telling her at the end of that first meeting, which was just an hour long, at which I got completely turned around, was, boy, I think in the book you wrote a good story that left breadcrumbs.
Jessica, talk about meeting Molly Bloom, your first reaction when you got this offer of this script, and you were telling me back there you Googled her or something.
Oh yeah, I Googled Molly Bloom, and I had the same experience that Aaron had. I immediately judged her from the pictures that I saw. And then the more that I got to know her, I realized what I was judging was the way she was presenting herself to the world. But in many cases, women have to present themselves in that way to find success in an industry where men were making the rules. This idea that to find success, have it be given to you, you have to present this image of who you are. And when I learned about Molly, I learned she was the opposite of that stereotype.
Wow. Yeah, it's such an interesting character. She's so complex, and we see her in many different ways. And the stuff with her father, it's so defined by her relationship with her father as well. Played by, beautifully in this, he couldn't be here today, Kevin Costner.
Yeah, it's so incredible what Aaron wrote. This is why I think Aaron, I'm sure many people here know that Aaron is the greatest screenwriter we have. Because... And now we also know that he really is he's a filmmaker, a director, full stop. But he's a political filmmaker that I've always been inspired by, because in his stories he believes that goodness will prevail even when reality threatens otherwise, in our reality. And I'm so inspired by that. But what I love so much about this story is the relationship with the father, because it really does set up this pattern of patriarchy in Molly's life, in the family, in industry, and in the government. In all situations, she is trying to follow the rules laid out by men who change their mind depending on what their whims are.
I'm just wondering for you what the opportunity was like to do this kind of Sorkin dialogue on screen and to work with him in his first moment as a director too.
I was just thrilled to bits, you know, first of all, because it's Aaron, the writing. And, you know, I'm just, you know, I love my craft. I love doing it. That's all I've ever done is to act. And so to get an opportunity to work with Sorkin is most actors, you know, sort of lifelong dreams. Is like one day that script's going to land on my desk. And it did. And here we are. And the added bonus was that I got to share, I think, which is a very, very special moment for a writer of Aaron's caliber to step into the shoes of the lens, behind the lens, and be able to sculpt. You know, after sculpting so many, you know, films from a different perspective, the added bonus to me getting this job with, you know, just a few lines was not much work, but the added bonus was to, you know, watch Aaron and share that moment with him where he sort of has a different dialogue to come from, a different, you know, part of his brain.